What's up everyone, welcome back. Got another bait to talk about. This is from Nomad Designs. It's a new Minnow. This is called the Wingman. We'll talk about it now. Thanks for watching. As you know, we love talking about bass fishing tackle here. That's what I do every time I post a video. It's about bass fishing tackle, the latest and greatest, a lot of JDM style baits, a lot of minnow baits, just whatever's new, you know, with all the new stuff coming out this year from iCast, doing a lot of videos on the new releases. But this one is something that's not brand new. I think it came out at the Classic, but I've been hearing more and more about it, so I had to pick up a pack of these Nomad Design Wingman. So it is a minnow style bait. This is part of their Live Ops system. I'm just reading off the back of it, but it says it's a Mirage-X foil system. So we're gonna take a look at these, but I'm kind of familiar with Nomad. I have a couple of their rattle traps. I mean, I believe they're like from Australia or somewhere that you wouldn't think of. I mean, it's definitely designed in Australia. So not, you know, a traditional American company or JDM company that we're used to with a lot of our fishing tackle. They're Australian, but they have a lot of saltwater stuff. I believe that's kind of where they all started, but now they're getting into the bass world. They're working with several pros. I know Gerald Sporer on the Bass Pro Tour is one of them. Just a lot of different, you know, American pros are starting to get, you're starting to see more and more of these baits, whether it's at Tackle Warehouse or in stores. Like I got this at a store in Michigan, and this is the Wingman, so we're gonna take a look at it. So it has that Mirage-X foil system, which is, I've seen that done before. There's just kind of a foil finish inside of the bait, so it just shows up a little bit better. So first thing I noticed, I just opened these up and I could smell them already, even though they're in this package, so that tells me these things stink. Yeah, it's definitely heavily scented. Let's take a look at this guy. Yeah, I don't know what kind of scent that is, but it is very strong. Let's see what it says. It's a blend of scented oil and real scent designed to trigger feeding and get more bites. Okay, cool. So this is the bait. So it's a minnow style bait. Now, you can see that finish inside of there, you know, that foil type stuff. It's also got a few unique things on there. Like there's a little, almost like a barb on the top here. I don't know what that's gonna do. It's also got these little kind of wings on the side. And then this is the craziest thing right here, is this is like a split tail. And I know there's a few different versions of this, a few different sizes, but this is kind of cool. It's gonna quiver quite a bit because of those two little tails right there, which is a smart idea. So this is designed so you could fish it on a jig head, of course, you know, with mid-strolling. It's got a hook slot up top. It does have a hook slot below, so you could actually, you could fish this on a EWG or something like that as well, but it's really designed for a minnow, you know, the forward-facing mid-strolling technique. But yeah, that's a cool looking bait, and again, very heavily scented. This is kind of a crazy, like pinkish color. I mean, they have a lot of really natural ones. This is called Pink Shiner, so probably be really good in clear water. You know, that's just, they didn't have a lot of different color options at the store that I went to, but I did check online and there's a lot of kind of more shad style colors. But I like the color. I mean, it's different. You know, I'm gonna fish that and just see what it does. But I'm really curious about that whole foil finish, how it shows up. I'm seeing a lot more of that from a lot of different companies, just trying to get the bait to show up better. You know, you got the Strike King with their Spotlight Minnow, which has you know, like a material in it that's supposed to show up better. This foil finish, I mean, that's really what everyone's going towards, you know, tungsten jig heads, things like that, just to show up a little bit better on forward-facing sonar. I think that's part of the trend that we're seeing. You know, everyone's doing the minnow thing or just forward-facing sonar, but they're finding ways to make baits stand out a little bit better and easier to pick out from longer distances. So that's something I'm going to test really heavily, is see how they perform. I'll try to do some, you know, comparisons between this and then, you know, just a standard plastic, you know, same setup, same jig head, and see if it really does show up better. You know, that's what a lot of people are claiming, like I said. But the truth is going to be, you know, when you get out there and fish it. But this is my first time trying these minnows, or actually holding one of these things. But like I always say in my videos, let me know what you think of these, if you fish them, if you have used any of the Nomad Design stuff. I think I keep seeing them, like I said, more and more. So I think they're really making a push in America, and they're really jumping head first into this whole minnow thing. But that's a cool looking bait. I like the look of it, like the tail, it's a little bit different. It's gonna quiver even just like that. You can see it's still just kind of shaking a little bit. So that's a really good sign. I think it's gonna be a good bait, but I will keep you posted, let you know my experiences fishing this and all the stuff that I've been posting about lately. I'm gonna be doing a lot of fishing this fall, and really testing this stuff out and then following up with a review. But thanks for watching. Again, let me know what you think of this Nomad stuff if you fished it.